trees out here, and the track was a bit muddy, so they've been trying to clean it up a bit and get everybody signed up.
Here we go. Showtime.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta figure out my.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm black again.
You're back again or black again?
Black.
Yep.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Uh-oh. We lost you.
Yep, that's good today. Okay. Okay, now I'm here.
I'm still dark. I'm here. That's me.
I had to switch rooms and put a light on me.
Okay. Up somewhat.
Ooh,
Morning.
Morning.
ooh, there's
Good morning.
Sanara.
Hi.
Oops, I better go back and do more to my presentation.
No, you can fine there.
Oh yeah, there's Sanara Carter Barber.
Right. You know I have to support my
Oh,
friend.
oh, yeah, you're one of the people I should have highlighted. Let me go
Right.
back. I stay tuned for next week. So I'm closing it off for now.
You're so funny.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
hello.
how are you?
Good to be back.
Good.
Yes. Hi, Esther.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Esther.
Hello.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Jerry,
Yes.
you know what? I needed help with something.
Well,
Okay, so like when I'm ready to share, I need everyone to be able to hear the video I have in there.
they will be able
So,
to.
okay, because I know like before, like I did a presentation and I forgot to do that and I had to close it out and start all over. So I just wanted to make sure I do that beforehand.
Do you want to do a quick test?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you.
Okay.
And members, be patient and let's help her along. Let's encourage her. This is all part of the process. By the way, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let me see here.
Hi, Mama.
Okay, Yvette, you're able to share your screen, so give us an example.
Okay, so I'm gonna share screen. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I see. I see.
Hi,
Okay,
Johnny.
let me my thing should be open. Okay, wait, let me see. Zoom share. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so if I wanted to share this, the video, I don't know if you would be able to hear it.
We'll double click on it.
Okay. Okay, I have too much, this control thing is in the way. That's why I was like, oh no. All right. I know I'll open it up. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Now I feel good about it.
Let us hear it a little bit more clear. Fill your screen with that. Fill your screen up.
Oh yeah, okay,
Let's do that. We're practicing now.
okay.
And
I am, I'll be there. Hold on 1 second, 1 second. Okay. Here we go. Okay, you know my dog is in here. I'm gonna have to take him outside.
this is part of us, our technical getting connected technically. That's what we do at the beginning of our meetings.
Can you hear it?
No, turn it on. Let's see.
It's on.
Can you hear it?
No.
I can.
Turn it
Now,
up.
turn your volume up a little.
Okay, you don't hear anything.
No.
No.
Okay, yeah, because there's something I have to do, and that's what, okay, let me go back out. Because I think it's like, okay, your share screen, stop share. Okay. Then share screen. Oh, okay, and then I click share sound down below. Okay, I got it now.
Well, demonstrate it.
Okay, I'm going to.
Vowed of celibate, we rise. You may write me down in history.
Can you hear it?
With your bitter.
Yes.
Okay,
You may.
all right. Okay, I'm gonna go take care of this dog. Give me 2 minutes.
Hold
Or
it,
less.
hold it. Stop sharing your screen. You ain't gonna do that. Stop sharing your
Okay,
screen. My
okay,
goodness.
okay. Here we go. Okay, is that good?
My goodness, yeah. Yeah, everybody, that's what we do. We take the, technical, get connected, whatever it takes, and you're gonna be good, Yvette. So
Okay, well, we're family, so I
yeah,
feel comfortable
that's good.
about this. Okay, so, all right, I'll be right back.
So this is part of our meet and greet session. So you're free to talk to each other for a few.
Hi, I see a stranger, Johnny.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Johnny, welcome back.
Thanks.
Wow.
Everybody
We
been
thought we
doing okay?
lost you. We thought
What's
we
that?
Johnny,
lost
I'm gonna call you later. I meant to call you back last night,
That's okay. I
but
was
I
busy
just need
anyway.
to talk to you about something, yeah.
Okay.
There's several of our members who won't be able to join us today because of prior engagements and also illness. So
Hello, Johnny.
Hello, hi, how you doing?
Pretty good. My first time meeting you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah, my name is Jerry. I help host our meetings.
Oh, okay.
I've been carrying the torch, for these men that's out there. They showing up, and I've been carrying the torch for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Joe, I know you had a few family challenges, and our prayers go out to you. It's good to see you guys.
thank you.
Man, I got my hands full with these women.
Oh, it ain't all that
Oh,
bad.
big deal.
It's fun though. For where we started to where we're at now, it's really been a blessing.
That's good.
Yes, it is.
So how you doing, Madam President?
Good, and you?
Oh, I want to thank you for recommending that we upload our DNA to MyHeritage. I did that.
There's a lot of good results.
Yeah, I did. I got, anything, you know, if it's free, it's for me, you know.
I heard that.
Is that a logo?
How many of you have gotten your vaccines?
I
have.
have.
I
I
have.
have.
I did, yeah.
I'm
Complete.
complete.
I'm not gonna lie. The military didn't plug me so much with different medicine. I think I'm vaccinated for everything.
Esther, you due tomorrow, aren't you? Esther?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
I get my second tomorrow.
And they switched the venue, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found out in a roundabout way, but I got on.
Okay. You know, we help.
Okay, I want to share something with everybody before we get started.
Go ahead.
Everybody that's ever came to my wrong man, right name presentation,
Right.
I've
Yes.
done it several times. Anyway, I even feature myself in that presentation, all of the names that I go by. And my legal name was Margaret Ann Brown, and A-N-E to it. And then I added M.A. Lewis, Marty Lewis. So all those different names, I have legal documents in it. Well, Margaret Ann, where I added the E into it, finally caught up with me. It's been 50 years and it finally caught up with me. I have Margaret A-N-N-E on my son's birth certificate, and I have it on my driver's license. Anyway, luckily, all the aunt that I'm taking care of her estate up in Oakland, I have Margaret A. So it was never a problem to get anything notarized. I went to get something notarized for myself the other day with my license, A-N-N-E. Couldn't do it.
Oh my God.
So what I had to do, I had to get my pass. And yesterday I went to the DMV to get my license renewed. And I told him, oh, I need to take that, E off of my name. So anyway, I showed him the passport. So anyway, just to let you guys know, it caught up with me after 50 years.
Wow.
Well, Marty,
Just for me adding that E on. I'm
Marty,
sorry.
I'm a notary or notary public. I could have did it for you.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
But you know what? It was that was an experience for me, because
Yeah.
even when I got my passport and I used my name and my birth certificate and stuff, thank God I had it, everything right on there and didn't try to add that E. But adding that E finally caught up with me. And like I said, all those different names that I go by, they're all legal, but Margaret A-N-N was not, and Marty is a nickname, so that's not. So just to pass that little bit of information on to you guys.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, that.
Yvette, I'm going to need you the beginning of this week for notarizing. I'll contact you.
Okay. Okay.
You're handy.
Okay, well, I guess we can get started. So we have 12 people in, and like I said, there's Cecile had a prior engagement. She had to go and get her second shot.
Oh.
I'm not sure about Marcy, if she's coming in or not. I haven't talked to her. Have you talked to her, Glennie?
I can't get her. I've
You
been
still
trying
can't
all
get
over.
her?
No.
Okay, and I know, I think it was Gwen's not going to be able to make it, and somebody else. But anyway, they're unable to make it with us today. So we're going to get started with our roll call, which we usually do. And Jerry, you want to call out the names? So since you can see everybody.
Okay. We're going to start off at the top. We got Joe, myself, Yvette, and Captain.
Oh, I'm still a captain.
Starting with you, Joe.
Hey everybody, my name is Joe Garrett, retired military. I am here to learn about my family. And recently I've been doing a lot of travels and I have missed a lot of meetings due to family issues. And due into them travels and the issues, I found out more information about my family. So in a way, it was a blessing, but at the same time, it is what it is. So I'm just still excited to be here. And I'm excited to see you guys' lovely faces, even the new faces, because it's always a blessing to see my family. And I consider you guys part of my family.
Thanks,
Good.
Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah, we missed you
I miss you guys too.
and some of your visual antics. Yeah, my name is Jerry Moss, and I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska. I've been in California for like about 40 years. And my interest was searching relatives on my father's side, Manning, DeMoss, and Burnell. And I've uncovered a lot of treasures in that research. So every day is hunting, I'm treasure hunting, and I'm getting acres of diamonds everywhere I turn. Okay, Yvette, she left for a minute. Go on, Captain Hines.
Oh, my name is Glennie Hines. Yvette, you want to do it?
Oh, okay. My name is Yvette Porter Moore, and I am a native Californian from LA, but been in San Diego for 50 years. And oh, I saw your eyes, Glennie.
You're not even that old.
Yes, I am. And I don't know, I've been around for a while, and
That's not good.
yeah. So my surnames that I'm researching are Porter, Cully, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of different names, but Espinoza and let me see, Howard's, I think that, yeah, and Mitchell's.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Glennie.
My name is Glennie Graham Hines. I'm originally from Mississippi, and I'm researching Avant, Booth, Carter's, Drapers, Davis, Henderson, Hudson, Irby, James, Johnson, Joyner, Rivers, Thomas, and Williams, and some others that I can't recall, but it's good being here. And I was going to ask somebody a serious question. Miss Sonora, is that it? Sonora?
Yes.
Are you a Carter?
Yes. Good morning. I am Dr. Sonara Carter Barber from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I wanted to say hi, Johnny. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah.
I am a friend. I live in this. I am a friend of Yvette Porter. We're sisters, sisters in the spirit, and I'm here to support her and hear what she has to share. And it's good to be with all of you. I teach individuals how to use music as medicine for healing. That's what I do. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll go with Marty, Carla, and Esther.
Hey, Marty, Margaret Lewis, Margaret Ann with the A-N-N, Lewis. And it's so funny that I was sharing that with you guys because, as you know, our ancestors, their names, their various names, spellings and stuff. And that's one thing that I found. I'm researching Horn, and I'm researching that under H-O-R-N and H-O-R-N-E. I'm researching Wilkes and various spelling of that names too. Those are the two main families that I'm researching right now, but I have numerous of families across the nation that I'm researching, but those are the main two that I'm concentrating on now.
And Marty, did any of the Horns play, any of your relatives play for San Diego High? Any relatives of yours, San Diego High, that you know of?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Actually, the Horns, I don't know of any Horns but my family that were in San Diego. So I don't know of any other Horns that we were related to that lived in San Diego because they were from Texas. They originated in Mississippi, but migrated to Texas.
Thank you. Carla?
Yes, I'm Carla Pierce, and I'm researching the following surnames: Pierce, Nelson, Senior, Adams, and my grandmother's maiden name, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Champagny. I've recently learned that that is a French surname. Now, how we ended up with French blood, I don't know, but that's just another mystery for me to find out. And I am having some luck with finding more about my mother's side of the family. And my father's side of the family, I have a cousin who's really been into researching that also and has come up with some interesting photographs. But that's about where I am right now, just trying to get back into it. I've taken a long vacation, so I'm trying to get back into my research.
Good. Esther and then Johnny.
Okay. I'm Esther White. I'm researching Hamlin, Jimson, Booker, Vaden, and they're all mainly from Texas to Oklahoma to California, and the Whites from Georgia. Those are the main.
Esther.
Yes, those are the main ones.
Johnny?
Good morning. I'm Johnny. I'm originally from Texas. I've been away a couple of years. I've been busy at work and everything. So now trying to get back into things. Recently, since I took a break about 2 years, but in between I been doing a little bit. But I found just recently on my DNA that was a cousin. Actually, she's a second cousin who was born in who's a Vietnamese, born in Vietnam. She doesn't know her dad, so she contacted me through 23andMe. We were trying to figure out who she is. I didn't really got a chance to do it. And last week, got a phone call and started to answer the phone. Was at work. She called her. She says, I'm trying to catch you. Your name is Jack. I said, yeah. She said, well, I'm your cousin. She said, you know any Cunninghams? And I says, yeah, I had an uncle. My dad's brother was a Cunningham. I said, that's a family name that I don't know how to really tie to it. She said, well, his mother was my grandmother Jenny. So she started talking about names. I said, oh, I know all those names, but they're my relatives. So I got to talk to her. Anyway, she did a DNA, so we are relatives.
Oh, wow.
So I'm getting excited to get back started.
That's great. Okay, Marva, Denise, and then Miranda, and we just had Sonia. And Brenda's coming in. Brenda Howard is coming in. Let's go, Marva.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Marva Graves, and Don's multitasking. We've been here in San Diego, like I said, for 30 some years. And our surnames we're searching are Graves, Hill, Graham from Oklahoma and Arkansas, and then also Glass, Washington, Crooms, and Barr from Oklahoma and Texas. Thank you.
Thanks, Marva. Denise?
Hi, I'm Denise, and I am mainly looking at my father's side, the Smith side, because I'm really interested in finding my enslaved ancestors. So I spent a lot of time on that. And every once in a while, people call me and people come in and out. And so whoever is who I get a message from, I get a message from whoever. So I don't remember all of them, but mostly I'm doing Smith and enslaved ancestors at the moment.
How's things going with your book?
You know what? It's really funny. I got a thing from Amazon that says, you have royalties, you have to pay taxes. Like, ooh, I forgot about that. So it's like, okay, when you do that, you got to pay taxes now.
That's a good tax.
I call those success challenges.
Exactly. That's a good tax.
All right, Miranda.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Let's see here. Well, my name is Miranda Hazard, and I've been working on genealogy research for roughly about 5+ years. I was born in Illinois. I've been living here in San Diego for about 30 years. The surnames I'm researching are Williams, Hazard, Perry, Douglas, Thornton, Brownfield, and the areas or states are Florida, Georgia, Virginia, and Rhode Island. I have recently been, and again, I want to say thank you also, Marty, for that email referencing MyHeritage and uploading information to MyHeritage. That was very helpful. I ended up with a lot of ancestors added to my tree. And I think it's neat how it kind of breaks things down and it tells you exactly the relationships as to who each of the members are, you know, like a great grandfather and maybe his uncle or, you know, so on and so forth. So I've been working with MyHeritage, Tribal Pages, Ancestry. Finally figured out how to get my GEDmatch information uploaded because that was taking a while. And then I'm also working with a company called Trace. Again, thank you, Marty. They've been in contact with me regarding some research they're working on my mother's side, but I'm still waiting on results.
Thank you.
Miranda, where are your Browns from?
The Browns, they were from South Carolina. Oh, and I'm sorry, that's the other state I forgot to mention, South Carolina. Yeah, in Camden, South Carolina.
All right. Thank you. Sonora, she's on, but no, let's see if Brenda, she's trying to connect. We talked to Sonora. So in the meantime, I'm gonna follow up on what you had said, Miranda, about the GEDmatch.
Yes.
In my group, my Moss Genealogy research group, we have a project that we're working with, GEDmatch, and it's called the Project Creation Facility Project. And you have to have a minimum of 50 GEDmatch kit numbers, and they help us. It's a project that they have, and they're going to help us with our research, genealogy research. So we do have a group, and GEDmatch has it. You have to have a minimum of 50 GEDmatch kit numbers. Okay. And the project is called Ancestor Project Creation Facility. And as a follow-up, you know, we're using all the tools that are available, and I just want to share that with you. It's something that we might want to consider doing too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Jerry, what's the average cost of each kit?
The kits are free. When you upload your raw DNA to GEDmatch, you have a GEDmatch kit number, and that's what you use when you compare your DNA to other platforms, whether it's MyHeritage, 23andMe, and that's the value of it. So there's no cost for this program, but they do have some minimum requirements to be a part of this GEDmatch Ancestor Project Creation Facilities Project. Okay, so we have, is Brenda available now?
Okay.
No. Okay, Marty, we went through all the intros. It's on you.
Okay, that's everybody?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have anything to share. I shared what I had to share. Donnie, did you have anything?
Yes, I did. Okay, it's going to take me just a second to set myself up to do it. I did want to share about, I went to the conference, so I wanted to share that with you. So it's going to take me a second to get into that. I went to the Zoom conference, and it was incredible. There were 1 million people went to that conference. Can you believe that?
What's the name?
And they had,
what's the name?
Okay, let me get there, and I'm going to share with you just a second. I just need to get in.
And Marty, while you're doing that, I want to tell you how much we all appreciated that special project that you did and the people who participated. There was a lot of effort, and to put that together was phenomenal. We truly appreciate that. Family documents, family stories, family history. How many of you saw that project on our YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel? Did you get a chance to see the project? Marty, did you see it, Marty?
I did. I saw it.
Did you recording? You didn't see it, Marty?
No.
Yeah, well, it's on our last meeting.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It is. I enjoyed it. I saw it through a Facebook link though.
Oh, that's cool. Y'all were able to get it on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was on Facebook. It was on Facebook, and I had people from other groups say, "Oh, that was really cool." So other groups that I know about, so they really thought it was cool.
So it's in our Facebook group. Is that where it's
Yes.
located at?
Yeah.
And on individual pages.
And then Yvette put it on YouTube, so she has it on YouTube too.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Okay, am I able to share, Jerry?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is the root text that I went to, and these are sessions. So the thing about it is, once you go, it was all free. That was what was really cool. They had all these sessions. They had an expo up here. This is my playlist, and this is available for a year. So I have all this stuff available for a year now to go back to and look at. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things that, these are all the ones I was looking at. I was very interested in African-American history and DNA. So that was the two things. And this is for my husband. He's going to do some things in Chinese. So there's all kinds of information. So if there's anything that you'd like to see, email me and I can look to see for it. I can share it with you. This one right here was my favorite, Help African Americans Trace Their Ancestry. That was really good. And so this is just all the different things I was able to see, and I'd have lots of them. And there's a whole section on discovering your ancestry through DNA, how to use DNA and genealogy. I mean, it was just all kinds of things that they had. This one about the pension files right here, the Afro-American series, that's dysphoria. And then I wanted to do this one too, once enslaved, this talked about how slaveholders and slave people got together and they're able to work together. So that was very, very cool. So there's all kinds of things. So if you want to say, Denise, I want you to show me something, you can do that. I just wanted to show you one real short one. And this one talks about just DNA. And it was a good introduction. It's just 5 minutes long. So I want you to think about where you are in DNA and what tools you've used. And maybe sometime we can do some more tools and learn some more. So we're going to watch this one. It's just 5 minutes long.
Have you taken a DNA test and you know there are tons of tools out there that you can use to analyze your DNA and help you find ancestors, but you wonder, which one do I use first? Where do I spend my time? It's valuable. I only have so much research time. Where do I focus? Well, I'm Robin Worthland, and I'm a DNA specialist at FamilyLocket.com. And I developed a DNA tools bell curve to help you know where to spend your time and energy as you work using your DNA. So start over on the left. The ethnicity estimates are interesting and can give you some insights into record collections or where you could start focusing. Then next, you work on creating genetic networks. You can use the DNA testing company tools, the LEADS method found at danaleads.com. You can use auto clusters at Genetic Affairs and in MyHeritage and in GEDmatch, and use the shared Centimorgan project, of course, which is found at DNA Painter. And then next move on to pedigree triangulation, where you're comparing family trees and building charts and trees. And then move on to segment triangulation, where you're looking at DNA segments in chromosome browsers and you're figuring out which ancestors you inherited certain DNA segments from. Move on to visualizing your DNA segments and chromosome mapping. And then in a long-term project, you can do visual phasing and deductive chromosome mapping. Here's a more detailed DNA bell curve, and it has information about with URLs and specific tools that you can use. So take a look at this, go ahead and print it out, and good luck with all of your DNA research.
So that was just one little small one, but most of them are about 20 minutes long. And I just learned a lot. One of the biggest things I learned was when you do a DNA project, you should one should have a goal that you're going to use DNA to use your goal. So I saw all that stuff and I'm like at the beginning of this. So I now see I got a lot of stuff for me to learn to go on, and we've got some stuff to learn. So hopefully I can do a little bit of DNA each time and we can figure out more about how to use DNA to find your family ancestors. So that is my report about the Roots Tech Conference. Anybody have any questions?
Is this conference held every year?
Yes, it's held every year, and normally it's in Utah, so it's Salt Lake City. So it's a big deal. You go to Utah. So and so I got to go. I mean, it's like one of those I wish I could go there things. So this year was free, and so everybody got to go. It was interesting. 1 million people came. That was just
Yeah, I participated, but I found it overwhelming because they had so much. I mean, so much. I was like, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I don't know if I looked at maybe three different things. And I know that you can go back and look at it. So I said, well, I can go back and look at it later.
Well,
But it was just so much.
I know, it's crazy. I knew I wanted to do DNA and African ancestry, so that's what I looked up. That's more than I looked at what I wanted.
Yeah.
Darnese, is this a paid subscription?
This thing that this particular time it was free. Everything was free. So all this is free, and I still have it for a year. So if you have something you want to know, you can ask me and I can share it with you. If you try to go get it now costs money. But if you got it in there when you were there, it's free, and I still have it for a year. So if you say, I have a search bar that I can look at, and if you want to say, see if you can do something about this. Obviously, it had a section on African-American stuff, but obviously most of it was not African-American because it's the Mormon church. But anyway, it was just fascinating. And as I say, I knew I wanted to stick with that. And so that's what I did. Because yes, you could be overwhelmed. But if you want something, ask me. I'll look and see if they have it.
Marva, it's an annual conference they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been there.
Very
it was so much
to
fun.
attend too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big black one coming up. It's a Mid-Atlantic, I think, or something like that.
It's Midwestern African American Genealogy Institute, and I've gone every year since its inception. And so we started out in St. Louis, Missouri, and now we're in Indiana.
Indiana, okay. So that's the next big one. Is that one going to be online this year? Do you know?
And well, I'm not sure. I know last year it was, and it was really good. It still costs. You still had to pay. Yeah, but it's more like it's hands-on. You pick the area in which you're interested in, and you take those courses, and you end up earning a certificate for that that period. So it's not a conference, it is an institute. So you're earning your certificate from it.
And Marva, I think last year they were specifically looking at African Americans and the I can't talk today. five civilized
tribes.
Right.
I can't talk this morning.
Yeah, that's Angela. Yeah, Angela Walton Raji usually teaches that course on the freedmen, and then also Nika Smith, does that one too, and Tony Carrier. Well, yeah. Oh God, I love her. Yeah, so it's really cool to go to conferences in person and institutes, because you get to because our community is really small, even though it's worldwide, and we meet people all over the world. And one of the things by blogging and being on social media, you really get to know these people. And it's exciting. So when you do meet up, then it's like, oh, I know you. And then, you just get a chance to really socialize and have fun and learn all at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. So I like us all to go together.
So if you're going, Yvette, next year, I want to go with you. I want to go next year. So if you're going next year, I'll go.
Okay. All right.
I missed the the conferences we used to have up in LA, August.
Yeah.
Yes, I do too.
Jubilee?
Yeah, we used to go every year.
Mhm.
It was a much smaller conference, but
Yeah.
very, very nice.
The Jubilee is coming up this year in June, so it's going to be, you still have to pay for it, but it's coming up.
Mhm. Are they doing it online?
It's all going to be online, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Nika's speaking at that one. I applied to speak at that one, but I wasn't good enough.
Oh.
You know, they have so many people.
Yeah,
that's
Nika's
nice.
going to be doing
Oh,
it.
that's
She's going to be the one
good.
doing it.
Okay.
Okay, one thing I see that I missed the reading of the minutes, so that I emailed out the minutes so that everybody have a copy that you can read them. We're going to read this silently to ourselves.
If this was TV, you'd get fined, Marty, for all this downtime.
Well, I'm waiting for somebody. I mean, have everybody.
I move that we accept the minutes on February 13, 2021 as we silently read.
I second it.
Okay. The minutes have been approved and seconded. So you can go on from there. Esther,
don't you have to have a vote?
No, we already did.
Okay.
No,
They
nothing.
were moved and seconded, so that was it.
All in favor?
Yeah. No. Anybody have any? No. Any corrections?
You gotta get Otis back in here.
Where is Otis?
Oh, well, you know what? I don't know.
You gotta find Otis. Because Marty, I don't know, Marty. We gotta get Otis back in here. We got a parliamentarian. Anyway,
are we that rough?
Anyway, let's carry on. Go on, Madam
Okay,
President.
Esther, did you have anything?
No, nothing to add. No.
Okay. Carla?
No, not this time, no.
Okay, Carla, Marcy was in the hospital and she never did give me an address, and I heard that they're moving. So instead of sending the card, if everybody just want to send well wishes and get well in the email, they can.
Which Email Marty.
Just send it to the club email, so you know, or you can send it to her personally. I'll post her email address.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Correspondence secretary. Okay, membership. Right now, Marcy's.
I have a report, Marty.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes, I talked to Cecile and I've received some information when Marty was active and I was supporting her. Anyway, as we stand now, we have a total of 24 registered members, and that includes 5 family applications and 15 single. Then Cecile shared that there are members who are anticipated to pay, and that's a total of 10 people. What we'd like to recommend is that everybody would submit their payments for membership no later than the end of March, so that they can be included in the directory for this year, because that's when it's planned that the membership directory would be completed and published for this year. So a total of 24 paid, 10 pending. And like I said, we'd like to get the membership directory out by the end of March, 1st of April, I guess, if we're giving everybody a chance to pay by the end of March. Okay, that's what I have for membership.
Okay, Marva, the information that she gave you was the information that I have on payments that we have. Was that including this report that I'm getting ready to make for her? Or do you know?
Well, I gave her a spreadsheet with the list of people and paid amount, but in our conversation, I shared with her the payment part didn't matter to me as far as membership. I know she would report that separately. So no, okay. I would do that separately to answer your question.
Okay, because Cecile wasn't able to be here today, and we do have payments from total membership that we just collected this past month, and that is our ending balance from last month was $1,348.04. We collected a total of $210 from new membership, well, from renewal memberships. So that makes subtotal $1,558.04. We collected $20 from the sale of t-shirts. So her total deposit was $230, and the ending balance is $1,578.04. Okay, Marva, do you have anything to report on the newsletter?
Yes. Can you all see this? We have the newsletter. Unfortunately, I had some printing problems. I have some header problems. I don't know if it's my printer or if it's me. But anyway, it is ready to go. And I hope that I can get this resolved by the end of today. I tried hard last night, but I just got too sleepy. But anyway, it's all ready to go. And like I said, once I resolve those header problems, you'll get the first edition since a while. And this one is kind of a catch up because it talks about our year of 2020, our last outing as a group, last meetings and what we did at the last Black History Month meetings and so forth. So it's a catch up for anyone who is a new member. So here we are, the crossroads.
Good. Great. That's good. Wonderful.
Will this be, you're not going to mail these out to everybody, right?
No, I'm going to post it online. And last time when I sent out those forms, information forms or data sheets that I sent out, I only got 7 back. but I did get 3 email addresses kicked back. And I need to bring those up, I guess, share them with Marty. Because one of them was Otis, as a matter of fact, and I called him personally because I had his number to make sure, and it was a problem with a letter, one letter or something. But anyway, to answer your question, I will post it online. And
Great.
is it to be posted to the distro or to paid members or what?
We post it to the group. We usually just send it out electronically.
Okay.
In the email. So that's
Okay.
fine.
But
And
we don't-
Otis's email address had been straightened out.
Oh, good.
Yes, it
Good.
was.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I know he was one, that I knew personally that was a problem. So, okay. All right then.
we do have a Gmail set up for our group already?
No, I just,
you know what?
that was when I said that just meant we used to say that at work, to say G.world, that you send it to everybody instead of a particular group.
Yeah, but I'm just asking about Margaret because I didn't think we had it.
Right.
Sorry.
Somebody needs to mute their mic or.
Let me see. Glennie, did you or Miranda have anything to share?
No, I haven't taken any.
I'm sorry. Miranda?
No, I don't as of yet. I actually need to work with Glennie to kind of get some background on being a historian for the group, being one of the historians for the group.
Okay. One thing that I forgot to share at the top, I did get email from the Family History Center, and I guess all of the remodeling and stuff is completed. They're just anxious for everything to blow over so they could, we could start meeting again. And the computers and things that they hooked up, they have 50 computers in the computer lab, and they all came from Root-Tex. So those were the computers that they were going to use from Root-Tex. They have, I don't have everything right in front of me, but they have the interview room where you could take somebody to interview about family history. It seems like they have a lot of stuff, a lot of new stuff going. And I know Bet and I talked about the library downtown. They have a room where I had talked to Mark Cherry also about any of our members who have old film and stuff that they wanted to put on CDs or whatever to convert it. And we were going to talk about taking groups of people down there that wanted to do that, but they have it at the Family History Center now. So they have the equipment down there if you want to convert old film into disc or whatever you'd like to do. So there's a lot of stuff, I guess, a lot of new stuff going on down there. So anyway,
I'm having technical problems. It said I'm having a security warning. So can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you. I can.
Yeah, I can't see you, but I can hear you. But it's saying I have a untrusted service problem here. Somebody may be trying to break in on me.
Oh, goodness.
Marty.
Uh-huh.
I had one more thing I forgot I wanted to share very quickly.
Okay.
Okay, so this is something to share. I wanted to share with you. There you go.
Wow.
Okay, this is a picture of my grandfather. And so this is the new thing is My Heritage, that you can take a picture and animate it. So this is so cool.
Whoa. I've been seeing a lot of that, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's scary.
Very good.
Wow.
I like that.
Some people think it's scary, some people like it. I don't know which way I feel.
I like the one that you done, Donnie. That was nice.
So that was my grandfather.
Of yourself.
Okay, so yeah, you can do that at MyHeritage. So just a real, it is kind of creepy though.
Yeah. I mentioned that in the newsletter and those new features that they have. So you've actually tried it. Did you have to pay for it? You bought the software?
No, it's at MyHeritage. Okay, so MyHeritage had this sale at Christmas time that was 80% off. I'm like, okay, if it's 80% off, I'll go ahead and go in for 80% off. So I got into it at 80% off because I don't want to have too many things going on. The Ancestry cost enough. So I've been in. I don't know if you can just do it without having it, but you can move your things over there for free. But I don't know if you can get that for free. But that was like really creepy. I mean, that was weird. But
Yeah. I looked at part of it and I thought, oh my gosh, but it's just phenomenal.
They have the thing too where you could colorize your black and white photos.
Yeah, I've done
and clear them up and stuff too. So they have a lot of stuff, and that was all free.
Well, on that same topic, Ancestry, their kits they have a discount on those. They're $59 now.
Yeah,
for Irish. Yeah.
Irish time. So.
And I highly recommend that you always have a couple of those stashed. You never know when you're going to need them, and I usually have about 3 of them, and I have them with me, and some people don't take them. You know, I try to get the oldest members of my family to take them, and some don't, but I still end up the one who does not participate. I give it to somebody else who does, and it's just a good tool for us to have, for us to be our family historians. That's one of the main tools, is have a kit. And then also, if you learn something, teach it. I have learned a lot of information, and so I'm a teacher. And as a matter of fact, I'm the minister of my family. I'm not anointed or anything like that. I study to show myself approved. So I'm a minister, I'm a family historian, and I'm living my life to the fullest every second. So that being said, I have these kits, and so I've given them to my adult children, and so they can have their own and let them manage it. Let them do. I'll give them the kit, show them how to sign up, and then it's on them. And if they need help, I'll help them, but they'll be in control of it, not me.
Okay, and I also wanted to ask, I meant to send something out about future presentations. If anybody's interested in highlighting their family or to do a presentation like Yvette had volunteered to do today, I'll send out an email and you can let me know, because I'm trying to get the rest of the presentations kind of lined up.
What's the deadline? To let you know.
Just let me know if you have a particular month you want to do or whatever. Just let me know. And I'm really trying to get that squared away, because I might have to start making trips back up to Oakland, and when I go, I have to go like every 3 weeks to take care of business, and just want to try to get stuff squared away in case I have to go away again. Anyway, I guess we could, let me see what else I have up here.
Hey, Johnny?
Yes.
Are you aware that we have new board members?
Yes, I am now. Yeah, I looked at it. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I had a list here from the, they have 50 new computers. They have a lot of free genealogical programs. I guess that's the one that they're talking about that's on the computers already that we already get. And state-of-the-art scanning. So I guess they really have a lot of new equipment down there. The oral history room and a discovery center. I'm not sure what that is. We do have new directors down there, and it seems like they have extra assistant directors. So that means the Martins will no longer be there. And that's the only thing I hate about the research center, when you get somebody, a new director in there and they're in there, but those are rules that they have. They have somebody to come for 2 years and then they move on to whether another city or state or something. So I really enjoyed the Martins because they, looked out for us and done a lot of stuff for us. But everybody that actually has been down there has been really, really nice to us. Yeah, all of them.
Marty, we're changing these tiers now, San Diego County. Do you think that will impact them going into the red tier on Wednesday?
I don't know.
Is that one facility that's probably opening for minimum participation?
You know what? I don't know, but I see that they're updating me, because before there wasn't anything that they could really say as far as getting back open and stuff. But I'm looking out for their emails and stuff, and I guess when they do feel comfortable, they'll let us know, and they might not open as far as the classrooms, but they might open to limit it to people to come down there and research, because they have enough space that people could space themselves in, from the computers. And not only the computers to do research on, they have a computer lab that we could go hands-on. It's a completely computer lab that have 50 computers that we could go in and do a class. You know what I mean? Well, they had that before, but I think it's larger this time.
Well, to respond to my question, that who's the contact person and in our group, is that something that you would check on for us?
Oh yeah, I'm in contact, because see, I teach classes down there. So every time they send something out to anybody regarding the Family Research Center, it comes to me.
Well, my question was a proactive one. You understand that? Based off of, we're coming off of the purple tier, going into the red tier, and how do those different tiers impact them and their potential opening or not?
I don't know. I don't know. They didn't.
Would you find out for us, please?
Okay. Yes, I will.
All right.
Okay. See, what they do, with me volunteering down there, I'm part of the staff. So whatever the staff gets, I get. You know what I'm saying? But they never mentioned anything about the tiers, but I will find out.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, before we start with Yvette and her presentation, everybody want to take a 10-minute break?
Yes.
Sure.
Thanks.
Okay.
Marty,
Yes.
how they doing on your renovation?
You well, actually it's done. It's me putting stuff back together. Oh my God. I didn't know I had so much stuff. Oh my God. But anyway, I still have a few things that need to be done, just like fine tuning stuff.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come back over and I'm just gonna go and make a list of just some fine tuning stuff. And then I have now I'm looking for somebody to do my balcony and stuccoing.
Is this a brand new balcony or are you rebuilding an old
No,
balcony?
It's an old balcony that either needs to be replaced or if they can't repair it.
Okay, I know someone I might refer to you. Just let me know.
Well, you know what? Send me their address because the two people that, well, one guy haven't never called me back, and the other one, and I understand that they're busy, but send me. I need to get an estimate from as many people as I can.
I see.
Because
Okay,
I'm getting my house restuccoed.
Right.
And I can't do it without the balcony because the back balcony is stuccoed.
Right. Well, I don't know. My house is 70 years old, so it's like a fix or repair daily type thing. But anyway, stucco was not an issue with my balcony, so it was just a wooden balcony, and it was just time for it to be replaced. So I don't know if he could do a stucco job like you're talking about, but I'm
thinking about wood. So hey, you know
Okay.
what? Just email me his address or name or telephone number or whatever.
I can do that, and then you're welcome to come over and see what work he did. That was a couple of years ago, but you're welcome to see if it's something that you'd be interested in, or the workmanship, whatever. But he's done a lot of repairs over the years for me, so I think I still have your phone number on my phone. Yeah.
And Marty, that list that you're talking about is called a punch list. It's a punch list that you're going to have for your contractor who done the work. You're going to go over a list of things, items with them, write them down. That's a punch list that you, at the end of the job, that you go over that they need to do in order to fulfill the total contract.
Like it's gonna rain. Is it supposed to?
I thought it was sprinkling. I checked out, but there's no rain on the ground, so I'm not sure.
It's cold.
Can y'all believe how much snow we've gotten this year? This is the most snow we've gotten here in a number of years. 18 inches in Julian. That's great.
Oh, Julian.
18 inches of snow up there. 17.
Wow.
According to my weatherman, it's supposed to rain again on Monday.
Well,
do you got weather people here in San Diego? You do have weathermen and weather people in San Diego?
I'm talking about the weatherman on my phone.
Those people got the best job.
Las Vegas?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Oh, he switched up on us. I told you. He keeps it exciting. He keeps it exciting. And one of these days, do a presentation on that.
Okay.
And Madam President, while we're talking about that, I want to do a presentation on when I went to Outward Bounds Training School when I was 17 years old. As one of these presentations, yeah, I have slides when I was 17 in Colorado, Outward Bounds leadership program. I was there for 30 days, leadership program, and it started from the plains and ended up being 15,000 feet climbing Snowmass Mountain right there.
Oh, that's your profile picture.
Right. I want to tell that story because I'm brushing it off because I want to use it with talking. I have used it in career days and fundraisers for the Boys Club, because the Boys Club sponsored me. Gene Epley Boys Club with Warren Buffett. They sponsored me when I was 17 years old to go to that leadership and training school, mountain climbing. Okay, like Yvette, you got to give me something to shoot at.
Amazing, and you made it to the top, and you made it back down.
I made it back
the mountain.
At a young age. I was over the clouds. I was over the clouds. It's quite a story. As a matter of fact, I believe my brother, my older brother, who's 11 months older, myself, and my brother who's 11 months under me. We're three Black young kids who, I believe we're the only three brothers that completed that course.
Oh, wow.
So how did you get chosen?
Because we were at the Boys Club, and right after the riots in '68, George Wallace came to Omaha and raising all kind of ruckus, and we burnt down the city, and then all the folks started getting philanthropy. They started giving money to our community, and for the ones who was available, and my brothers and me, you know, we came from a nuclear family. It was somewhat dysfunctional, but hey, we was all together, and we was at the Boys Club, and they picked us up. We were part of the leaders at that age, and they gave us that opportunity, and that's how it is. And we took advantage of it. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready to jump off now. The folks are getting ready to be philanthropists. They're going to be giving out a lot of money, a lot of opportunities, and our kids have to be ready for it. These young adults and everybody else, there's going to be a lot of opportunities out here. And so we got to talk to our kids, our grandkids, and let them know, hey, the opportunity is going to be there, and you got to take advantage of it. We got to prepare them. I mean, like, I'm responsible. That's what I take. My grandkids and, you know, my family, I take the responsibility. They might get barked at. Well, hell, I got barked at a lot too. But hey, you know, we got to take responsibility, and we can't leave it up to other people to raise our family.
That's true.
Miranda, are you there?
Mic's off.
Okay. Got Miranda and Sonora.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Captain Glennie. Here comes your nemesis. I mean, here comes your partner.
You mean Cecile? Where is she?
Here she comes.
I'm ready for her.
Oh boy.
I'm going off, so she think I'm gone.
Here he comes. It's a show now.
Well, it's about time, Cecile.
Oh, because I'm getting ready to leave, you guys.
Don't you do that.
I'm hungry.
Well, you just had a break. You just had a break.
It wasn't enough time to cook.
Hi, Cecile.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, Cecile. I'm not going to pick on you today.
Good morning. I'm sorry I missed your presentation, Yvette. But I haven't
started. I haven't started. We saved it for last for you.
Oh, did you really?
Sure did.
Bless your heart. I had to go get my second vaccine, so that's why.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is your arm still on?
Oh yeah, it's working. It's working.
They said the second one is the worst.
Yeah.
Is it?
What kind was it? Pfizer or Moderna?
Pfizer.
Pfizer. My husband got his yesterday.
I didn't have any trouble with the first one. Just sore arm a couple of days.
Yeah. When I got the second one with Pfizer, my arm was sore for like half a day, but the next day it was fine. It was like temporary. Good. It's not long lasting.
Good. Good.
That was just after the second. The first one was no problem at all. I don't know why there's such a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the second time the body recognized it, so it starts to do something. The first time it didn't know. So now the body says, oh, that's that again. And so it starts to do something. That's
okay, so that's its signal to start working. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, is everybody back?
Yeah.
Except for Sonora.
Sonora's there, I think.
Oh, she is?
Her mic's not here.
Mic's off.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay, she's there.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, you?
Good, doing good.
Quit flirting.
Who's flirting? Who's flirting?
No.
Said that, Jerry? Shame on you.
Ain't nobody laughing at that.
Okay, then I guess everybody's here if you want to get ready and get started.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me, I don't know which one. Well, you know what? I'm just going to take my time. You know what? When you talk about, you know, like last month we talked about Black History Month, and I found out it's really difficult to you know, just pick it, you know, to choose people you want to talk about, because there's just so much success and outstanding things that we've done. And the same goes for women. And I specifically picked out African American women, and I only picked out maybe 10 or 11, but we have so many women in San Diego community that have done a lot. And we have in our group that we've also done some outstanding things. And so I do want to recognize Margaret Lewis, you know, for founding this group that we're able to meet on once a month and whatnot, and learn more about our history and our ancestry. And
Yvette, I have a question
Yeah.
for you. About how long is your presentation?
How long can it be?
No, no, I'm asking you how long is it? You know, how long?
I don't know.
What?
Do I have 10 minutes or 5?
Madam President?
She has a thing off.
Borrow your mic.
We can't hear you.
She has an hour.
Oh,
And
no,
I doubt,
no,
I
no,
doubt,
no, hold it.
Mr.
We can't-
Moss.
No, wait just a
I
minute.
doubt-
We just can't go through. We gotta have a little bit more feedback on that. Going forward, we can't have presentations
Okay,
for a
sir.
whole hour.
Mine is not going to
Every
be.
presentation we ever have is for an hour.
Well,
Every
this is the first
presentation
time. This
that-
is the first time we've done this, so we got to have some kind.
No,
of,
this
that's why
isn't
I'm
the first
asking.
time that we done it. This is the first time that we. I'm talking about. Oh, you're talking about for Zoom. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
how
what are
much
you
time do we
saying?
have on your account? How much time do we have?
I have as much as needed, but I need to have some kind of. I need to have some kind of guidelines. You know, you have some kind of. We gotta have some kind of limits.
Well, our meetings are from 10:30 to 1. That's what we have. 10:30 to 1.
Okay.
So
today, Yvette, can you do half an hour?
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I don't even think it was even going to be that long.
Okay.
I was just kind of like preferencing, you know, I was trying to fill in some time because it's not that long.
Well, we just need to know.
But
some
you
kind
just
of
broke
idea.
up my spiritual flow, you know, and I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it, Yvette?
Okay, hold on, please. Okay, I feel rushed. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Women History Month celebration.
Okay. So we are honoring Californian women and their contributions. I stopped at San Diego women. I wanted to read a poem actually. And it's the poem is from a book called The Gumbo Pot Poems, and it was written by Elise Smith Cooper, Jamie V. Jones, and Judy Sandayo. This book called The Gumbo Pot Poems. And this one is from Judy Sandayo, The African American Woman's Diary. Black women are a conglomerate of infinite possibilities, though our past gives us strength and cause for pause. With God, we are co-creators of our own destinies. And that's just a little piece from that poem. Okay, so I wanted to start with America Newton. Okay, she arrived in Julian in 1872. She's known to have homesteaded 80 acres of land, and she was an entrepreneur, and she laundered many of the coal miners or gold miners' clothing. And of course, there were a lot of different individuals there during the gold mining time, but there were very few African Americans, even though a large majority of the ones that were there resided in Julian. and she died in 1917. And she also has her, what is it? The road is called America Grade, and it's still there to this day in her honor. There's not a lot known about her, but we're still trying to research and find more information. Okay, we have Margaret Toll Robinson. She also was from Julian. Her parents purchased some land for her when she married Albert Robinson, and they had the property of Hotel Robinson. And it's still functioning today. It's called the Julian Hotel. And no one has been able to locate her since she left Julian in the records. She sold her property for $1,500, and she worked at the hotel after her husband died for a few years, but then she left, and there's no records found of her. Somebody has their mic on. This is Rebecca Kraft. Her husband was John Kraft. She came to, she was born in 1887 and she died in 1945. She was the first woman to serve as president of the San Diego NAACP, and she's the founder of the Negro Women Civic League. The building is still located in southeastern San Diego in the 92113 area. And it's kind of falling apart, and it would be nice if one day we could, restore it and to have it as a historical landmark. She advocated for Black teachers to be hired in San Diego, and she is the aunt of Cecil Stepp, if any of you know who he is. He worked for the county for many years, and he also was the president of the Urban League of San Diego. This is Solara Barron. This lady here has always amazed me. I know that I've met her. I know she's been in my home during a fundraiser function because my parents used to entertain a lot. She was a businesswoman. She had a liquor store. She also had like a dance type of studio on the top floor of her business. Her home was partially business and her home, kind of a mixed kind of usage. She was a community activist, and she was a publisher of The Lighthouse. My grandmother actually wrote for her, and this was I believe in the 40s or the late 30s when she wrote for this newspaper. Solara Barron was a political activist in San Diego from 1940s into the 1990s. She's the first Black delegate to the National Democratic Party in 1948. She did leave the Democratic Party at one time and became Republican, and then later on went back to becoming a part of the Democratic Party. This is our beloved Dr. Dorothy Smith. She's an educational trailblazer, and she is our first African-American woman to hold an elected office in San Diego. She served on the San Diego Board of Education from 1981 to 1988, and she was their president 2 times. She is very active with Common Ground Theater, which is usually, their productions are usually at ECC in southeastern San Diego. And her granddaughter, Lauren Lott, will play the famed character of Nichelle Nichols in Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
She'll be playing the younger version of her.
Okay.
Here's Dr. Shirley Nash Weber. She helped establish the Africana Studies at SDSU in 1972. She served on the San Diego Board of Education from 1988 to 1996, and she served as an assembly member of the state of California in 2012 to January 2021. And she was just recently sworn in as Secretary of State of California, and making her the first African-American in California to serve in this position. Dr. Weber's husband was Judge Daniel Weber, who died in 2002, and she has 2 children and 3 grandchildren. Her daughter, Akila Weber, who is a surgeon and a member of the La Mesa City Council, is running for her mother's seat. She's a candidate for the California State Assembly in the 79th Assembly District. And this is Judge Elizabeth Riggs. She was our first Black female judge in San Diego. She was appointed to the El Cajon Municipal Court in 1979 by Governor Jerry Brown. She opened up in the first domestic violence court in 1997, and she died in 2017. Okay, here's our beloved Verna Keene. She, just a little story. I served on the Democratic Central Committee in the early 2000s, and I had the pleasure of driving her to our meetings every once a month downtown. She's was with the AKA. She was my mom's soror. She was an educator. She held the first Democratic coffee klatch in San Diego in the 1940s. She knew everyone in politics and was recognized for her activism. She served as a political consultant for the Democratic Party, and she served on many boards and committees. And this is Kathleen Harmon. Just a little backstory. Kathleen Harmon, the 2 ladies that I showed you before, Solara Barron and Verna Keene, those were 2 of her mentors. And Kathleen Harmon is very politically active. She's a social worker, and she's served at Anderson Ragsdale for many decades as a grief counselor. And she served on many boards and committees. And here she is with our mayor of San Diego. She did have a street that is named after her on her own block. That happened, I believe, in a few years ago. And I wanted to share a second generation publisher with the Voice and Viewpoint, Chida Warren Darby. I'm amazed at all the things that she's doing. She served as managing editor and co-publisher of the Voice and Viewpoint. She's a publisher of her own magazine, which is called Black and Magazine, and she currently serves Todd Gloria, Mayor of San Diego, as the Deputy Director of Communications. And here's Dr. Wilma Wooten, founder of First Fridays Networking Group in downtown San Diego in the 90s. She also is our public health officer of the County of San Diego Health and Human Services, and she's advocating in the fight against COVID-19. And I wanted to mention there's a lot of women that we could recognize, and I wanted to recognize some of our women in San Diego, past, present, and some that are no longer here. Margaret Lewis, Lillian Beam, she was the first president over at ECC. Shirley Day Williams, she's the founder of the San Diego, the Fine Arts Committee. Shantae Moore, singer. Whoopi Goldberg, actress. Faith Ringgold, artist. She lived in New York, but she was a professor here in San Diego for a number of years. Jeannie Cheatham, artist. musician. Makeda Dredd, World Bead Center. Diane Crawford, she's going to be serving as our first African-American district governor of the Rotary Club, and she's with Southeast San Diego Rotary Club. We have Patricia McQuarter and Jerry D. Warren, Ardell Matthews, Carol Wallace, Dr. Constance Carroll, and I also mentioned Dr. Sanar Carter Barber, and because she's done some outstanding work in her field. And I wanted to play this.
Everyone in the world has gone to bed one night or another with fear or pain or loss or disappointment. And yet each of us has awakened, arisen, somehow made our ablution, seen other human beings, and said, "Morning, how are you? Fine, thanks, and you?" It's amazing. Wherever that abides in the human being, there is the nobleness of the human spirit. Despite it all, black and white, Asian, Spanish, Native American, pretty, plain, thin, fat, vowed or celibate, we rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like suns and like moons, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh. As if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words. You can cut me with your lies. You can kill me with your hatefulness. But just like life, I'll rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh, does it come as a surprise that I dance? As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, naturally, there I go rising.
All right.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you. And
Thank
you know,
you.
one of the things
Great
I
job,
meant to
Yvette.
thank you, because what I, before I was fully like interrupted, and I'm gonna stop share, because I know me personally, I get rattled when people jump in and interrupt me while I'm in a flow, because it takes a lot to have confidence to speak to a group of people. And so I didn't have the opportunity to just let it flow. But when I opened up, I was going to have you guys think of people, women in your lives that you would like to recognize. And I wanted you to speak those names. And if we have the time, but if not, this is the end of my presentation, so.
We have the time, Yvette, go on. We have the time, Yvette, go on.
Okay, well, I wanted, and this was supposed to happen while I was speaking, and so I pretty much just read my thing because I wanted to just, get it really fast. So if you have someone in your life, or someone that impacted your life, a woman, I'd like to hear that name and how they impacted your life.
Can I go first?
No, no,
Yes.
I will real quick. First of all, Yvette, I want to apologize for, interrupting your introduction, and I want to give you my sincere apology. And going forward, if we have a little bit more organization, I'll be more prepared of what to anticipate. But please accept my sincere apology.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's okay for me to go now?
Yeah, go, Joe.
Okay. I think about my grandmother. Her name is Juanita. Last name, once doing research, either Davis or Johnson, but she passed as Juanita Miller. She was a gourmet cook. She lived in Yuma, Arizona. She raised 10 children by herself. And she did everything she could to make ends meet. She still picked cotton. She's picked still vegetables. She brought food home. And like I said, she raised my aunts and uncles, which was 10 of them, including my mother. And she did this by herself. I mean, she had some family members, but during this time, she took in other family members and other people on the streets. And her door was always open to anybody who came in through her doors. She always made sure they had something to eat, something to drink. And if they didn't have a place to stay, she provided room, even though she had 10 children and she only had a 4-bedroom small house. She still opened doors to people who was in need. And I was the person who laid her down to rest. I was the one who held her ceremony and committed her to the earth because I was the first grandchild. And it meant a lot to me that knowing that my grandmother did all those things that most people never thought a person can do. And she had a lot of things come up against her. Being in the place Arizona during that time was still prejudice. I still remember seeing whites only and colors only. And some of the signs still exist today. And as she said, she went through a lot and she made it through. And when she passed, she wasn't in a good place when she passed, but she had a lot of love from everybody. And I think of my grandmother quite often. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here. And, and I thank you for Yvette when you gave us the opportunity to, acknowledge somebody. My grandmother should have been one of the ladies who should have been in the history books because she did a lot for Yuma, Arizona. She fed a lot of people. She took care of a lot of people. She also ran the Greyhound racetrack when they used to still have dog racetracks. She worked there and she ran that too, and she cooked gourmet food for all these famous people, but they never acknowledged her as a gourmet cook. They just acknowledge her as a servant. But yeah, she took care of a lot of people, and that's all.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I'd like to mention someone. I have a aunt. She married my mother's brother. And I think she was very instrumental in myself and my sister's lives. We lived in San Joaquin. We were maybe 8 to 10. We were a year apart, the three of us. And we'd work in the fields. And my aunt was very outgoing and she read a lot. And she would mesmerize us after she read a book. We all sit down and she'd tell us the story, what the book was about. Or if she'd go to the movies, she'd tell us about the movies. And it inspired me to read a lot. I always think of her because I love to read. And so I think that was something that I'll always appreciate, that she was such a good reader and related to young people. Her name was May Dixon Booker. Well, she was a twin. She was one of the first twins born in Bakersfield. I would say she might have been born in, let's see, probably in the 1920, somewhere in there. But a beautiful lady, beautiful lady.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, I would like to say, great job, Yvette. And there are a lot of women who have impacted my life, including you, and continue to grow and to flow. But the person I want to highlight today who impacted my life was my 6th grade teacher. Her name was Ruth Steele, and she attended Alcorn University, and she came to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and she saw a group of students, a group of African-American students, including myself, and she wanted to make a difference in our lives. And not only did she teach us math and English, but she taught us girls specifically fast. And they call that in Mississippi being hot in the tail, if you will. And Miss Steele introduced us to poetry. I remember I learned about Lucian Hughes and Lee and so many others, and she taught us expression. And as a result of her influence over me, I learned expression. My PhD is expressive arts therapy. And thanks to Miss Steele, I've been able to help individuals to tell their story through music and help individuals through a lot of rough patches in their lives. And so I always think about her, I always honor her, try to find out where she's living. Anytime I go to Mississippi, I'm excited, Yvette, about you presenting these outstanding women, because as women, we do a lot and we give a lot. And as my mother always said, we're blessed to be a blessing. Miss Steele blessed my life. And I have, as a result, every day of my life, tried to bless others. And just thank you for highlighting these women that we have heard about today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonara.
I want to talk about, again, another teacher. She was my 3rd and 4th and 5th grade teacher, because in those days you had half a year, Mrs. Knight. And Mrs. Knight, she was a little lady. She was only 4'11". And she used to be a sergeant when she was before she became a teacher. And she decided, I was up in LA in San Fernando Valley, and she decided that she was going to make sure us kids always were going to do something and be something. And we're going to be disciplined, and we're going to be just as good as anybody else. So she gave me that idea that you could be just as good as anybody else. I always kind of kept up with Mrs. Knight and kind of know what's going on. She came to my wedding when I got married. And when I became a teacher, I went back to talk to her about her class. And I remember she taught 2nd grade, and she showed me, she said, look at my class. Every kid in my class is a 2nd grade, and they're at least on their score, they got something 2nd grade. So that high expectation. So I always, Mrs. Knight is like dear to my heart. Mrs. Knight. And my mother said when she passed away, there was a picture of me on the board that she had kept all these years. So me and Mrs. Knight, she was a leader in the community, and she affected lots of students, and my students too, because I also wanted to bring that excellence that she got to me. So I always remember Mrs. Knight.
I would like to honor my mother. Her name was Carrie Ophelia Strickland Boyking. My mom was a tiny little lady. As you guys know, I'm not very tall, but I was taller than my mom. But she was small in stature, but she was mighty in love, respect, and everything else. Gave to everybody. Came from little means. Her father was a farmer. She was the 2nd child of 6 going to his first marriage. Her mother passed when she was just 9 years old, and she was the first girl, second child, but the first girl. So at 9 years old, you have to try to take over and raise your younger siblings. My mom did that. My grandfather married a couple of more times, but he took those women back because they said one of them couldn't cook. And so, well, he didn't marry them, he brought them home. And then he married another one and he kept her around for a while. But even when he married the one that he kept, he had 4 more boys with her. But according to my aunties and things, they said my mom had to do most of everything, that she didn't do very much at all, the stepmom. But anyway, my mom raised 3 children by herself, working as a maid, and I just respect her so much because she made it work. And she would feed everybody. When I would go home to visit, she would, everybody wanted to know what she cooked. She was a great cook, great. Wish I could cook half as good as, and make that food taste like hers. But everybody, and I would get upset. I said, Mama, why are they all coming here want to know what you cook, eating up your food? I said, why can't they cook? They're much younger than you. She said, it's okay. I said, Mom, that piece of meat is not going to feed all these people. She said, yes, it will. And everybody in the neighborhood called her Granny, Mama, or whatever. Everybody knew her, the whole neighborhood. So I didn't take it, I thought about it, me complaining, but I thought about this being such a blessing to so many people, not to try to take away her blessings. And she was a giver. And when she passed away in 2006, it was a standing room only for her services. I mean, everybody tried to come, and they still to today remember my mom, Granny this, Mama this. And I just wish I could be half the woman that she was. She made it work, and I appreciate her for that. And that's my mama.
I'm gonna
Thank
help you out. I'm coming down the street or up the street for dinner.
I said, I wish I could have as good. She could bake those pound cakes, boy. And when she took those pound cakes to church, she would slice them up and take them to church to, when they had dinners or whatever. Do you know that people would steal, they would put her cake, hide it, not put it out for the people.
I saw something on Facebook like that.
So somebody got up at her service and admitted we would hide Miss Sophia's cake. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
This is
I would
Marva.
like to-
Go next.
Oh,
go ahead.
No, go on, Marva. No,
Okay.
go on.
Okay, this is going to be brief, but I want to recognize 3 women. First of all, my mother, Helena Barr Glass. And I was a Frank breech. And for those of you who don't know what a Frank breech means, it means your bottom comes first. So you can only imagine how painful that is. That's why I used to call her on my birthday and say, happy birthday, Mom, I'm so sorry. But anyway, my mother was a domestic worker with an 8th grade education. And one of her themes was education, to be better, to do better. I used to rub her bunions and I'd rub her arthritic hands. And I always thought to myself, this is not something I want to do. And I want to be able to take care of her, so she no longer has to do this. So she was a great inspiration in me to go to nursing school and be the best nurse I could be. And that was part of my goal. And part of it was to take care of her. The second person was Hazel Coleman, who was my 1st through 3rd grade teacher. She kept moving with with our class until she used to laugh and say the principal told her, Coleman, you're not moving with those kids anymore. But Miss Coleman was such an inspiration to me. I was in touch with her throughout the remainder of her life and even attended her funeral. But I still have the baby cup that she gave my oldest son when he was born. And we just stayed in touch. And I used to try to help her when I would go home to the extent possible. The third person is Clara Luther, who was a civil rights activist in Oklahoma City. And she led a lot of the sit-ins for the youth division there in Oklahoma City. And you probably have heard of her, but if you have not, one of her main books is Behold the Walls. And the last thing is, I just wish in my mother's theme of education that she could have been here to see my daughter get her doctorate degree. As far as we know, she's the first person in our side of the family to reach that achievement. And mother was probably looking down, but that just meant so much to all of us. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Marvin.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I want to honor my grandmother. My grandmother's name is Athol Nubile Horn. My grandmother raised me, and she was a domestic worker. I saw her go to work every day.
Mm.
And I really feel honored because we didn't get to do a lot of things that other kids do, but one thing that we did do, we ate very, very well. Sometimes I sit and think about, dog, how did she feed us like that? We would have Sunday dinners like through the week, like roast and things like that. And one thing that I really chuckle about every time I get ready to fix a steak, I have an aunt that had like 10 kids, and I used to go over their house a lot. And one day she was making pepper steak and with the big round steak. And I ran home and I told my grandmother, dog, they had great big old steaks. Why do we have to have these little bitty steaks when you cook? So she said, what kind of big steaks are they? I said, I don't know. It was big and round. She said, well, they have a big family to feed and they have to buy steaks like that. But, you know, it's not that many of us, so we could have steaks like this. Well, later on, I found out that we were eating filet mignon. And I was comparing filet mignon. Well, I don't want this little bitty steak. Why can't we have those great big steaks? It was things like that that I remember about my grandmother. And another thing I remember about her is she made a way out of no way.
Yeah.
And I think that's what rubbed off on me, because I seen all the things that this lady done, all the things that she told me in life. And you know what? I just think about her all the time. I love her so much, and she done so much for so many people. And she was the best cook. And like I said, a lot of after I got married and had to make groceries and do, I was saying, how did she do it? How did we have roast through the week? And I mean, I'm talking about big, nice dinners, you know. But I just want to honor her. I love that lady to death. And she raised me from the age of maybe 1.5 until I was grown. Another thing I remember about her, every time it rained and it thunder and lightning, my uncle bought my grandmother a house maybe 3 blocks from my home. And whenever it thunder and lightning, my husband would automatically get over and the phone would ring. He said, tell her I'm on my way. She hated the thunder and lightning, and every time she'd done it, we have to go and pick her up. But as soon as my husband would hear it, he said, tell grandma I'm on my way. And by the time I finished talking to her on the phone, he was at her door to pick her up to come and spend the night. But I just want to honor my grandmother, Athol Nubile Horn.
Beautiful story, Mom. Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, so was.
Wow.
Time for one more. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make it quick. I'd like to honor my grandmother, Lorleen Ernestine Champagny. Took me a while to figure out from where that name came from, but my grandmother was born in Jamaica and she and my grandfather immigrated to the United States. My grandmother was the 10th of 10 children. Her mother's heart gave out shortly after she was born. And she was sent to live with her aunts, and their livelihood was from sewing. That's how she picked up the trade. So my grandmother would make things and sell them in the marketplace in Jamaica. One day she ran into an American woman, Black woman, who told her there were schools in the United States where Black folks could go to school. So my grandmother saved up her money and ended up in Nashville, Tennessee, and realized her dream of being a nurse, attended Fisk University. Right there, her house was within walking distance of those two colleges. And my grandmother was very big on education. Obviously, she had sacrificed much to get an education for herself. She lived long for quite some time, long enough to have 5 granddaughters, all of whom are college graduates, and to encourage us to also put education first. That's her story.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Thank you, Yvette, for mentioning that.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was a good thing.
Yes.
My presentation is finished.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great job, Yvette.
Thank
Yes,
you.
wonderful job.
All
really
of you
did.
did a wonderful job too. I love the stories. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're on
Madam
mute, Margaret.
President, on mute.
I was trying to get back to the other screen. Okay, does anybody have any genealogy finds or anything that you want to share with us?
Okay.
Miranda? Yeah, I see you smiling. What have you found?
Okay, I'll try to make it quick. Basically, I've been researching and trying to get more information on my mother's side of the family. Long story short, we found that my grandfather, who we all knew as my grandfather, is not her biological father. So therefore, I recently received, a leaf on my ancestry. That's always exciting. And come to find out, the hint was a DNA cousin who happens to be my second cousin. And he has got to be one of the closest matches I have right now. And it's because he's my mother's first cousin. So he reached out to me first, and then we've been corresponding. He put me in contact with, oh my goodness, my uncle and my aunts. He gave me all their contact information because my mother was born in Ocala, Florida, and her father had children with a couple of other women, and so she has siblings on her father's side as well as her mother's side. So I'm getting to know those that are from her father's side, biological father's side. So that's been really nice. I've been in contact with about 4 different family members over the past week, and so we're looking at coordinating to meet probably within the next month or 2. So that's going to be really nice. I'm really excited about that.
And this is on her biological father's side.
Correct. Unfortunately, when she found out, he had already been gone for 10 years. He had already passed, but that's a whole nother story in itself. But right now, we're just working on trying to connect and get to know one another. I have one aunt who lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and then the other aunt and uncles live in Florida. So I'm looking forward to meeting them. And the cousin that I was in contact with on Ancestry, he lives in West Virginia. So we're all looking to come together. and I'm so excited about it. And I've been sent a PowerPoint with some information, family history on one of their sides, and it's just it's a lot of information. There's so much that that's been just introduced. It's a bit overwhelming, of course, because I'm just now getting to know them, and so many people have passed. My grandfather was one of about 6 or 7, and there's only one of them left now, to my understanding, one of his sisters. So it's just nice to know that, and then to be able to connect, and they're so nice and kind and accepting of the situation. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't sure what to expect. I know it doesn't always go well when you try to connect with people.
Okay.
But they're looking forward to meeting.
Good.
Now that's good. That's
Yes.
the good part. Anybody else have anything?
Well, this is Esther. I had a message from a young lady on Ancestry, and she had contacted me before, and she thought we were relatives. And I looked at her tree and I couldn't see a connection. So I sent her a message and said, well, I just don't see a connection. So yesterday she sends another message and said, I think you're my grandfather's first cousin. So I said, go tell me what's your grandfather's name, who are his children, who were his parents, and maybe I can connect. So I'm anxious to hear from her. I don't know where she got that statement from, because I couldn't see it. And I know she's on my mother's side, because how Ancestry tells you what the two of you have on your tree, it's Vaden, which is my mother's side of the family. But I found that funny. And then my niece in Bakersfield called me, and she had, through Facebook, a contact, Caucasian, that wanted to know about the Hamlins. So she said, I'm going to send this to you. I said, okay, send it to me. I'll see what I can find out. So, things are happening. They're happening.
That's good.
I would like to ask the question, how many people have a family tree, active family tree on the internet, whether it be Ancestry, Heritage Quest,
23andMe.
23andMe. What's the one?
Family tree DNA.
Does everybody have one? Is mostly what I'm asking.
Yes.
Everybody have one?
Yes.
You have one?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
How about you, Carla?
No, not yet.
You don't have one?
No.
Mine's not public.
Yours is not, and yours is on Ancestry, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got a quick
No, I was
question.
asking that. Okay, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to ask, does anyone have experience really understanding the GenMatch information? Because to me, it's so confusing. And I'm trying to, kind of get past all the ones that, and I wish there was a way to filter it. So you can get past all the ones with the silly little usernames and things like that.
Yeah, there's ways of doing it, Miranda. If you want to sit down, we can have a meeting and I can show you what I know.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Donnice, if you could do that, why don't you do it in a presentation so we could all see? Because I have problems with GenMatch too. The only thing I do with GenMatch, I go and read the names. All the other stuff is just like foreign to me.
Yes.
GenMatch is the site where I found Lisa, who is a member of our group, that we're related. And Lisa downloaded or uploaded a couple of people in the family, and we all match on there, but I found them by name.
Okay.
And I think Jerry knows a lot about GenMatch too.
Okay.
Right, Jerry?
Yeah, that's one of my genealogy group. That's one of the main tools we use.
Okay.
It's GenMatch. It's a helpful tool to connect relatives and to see who you are related to. So it's a very helpful tool. But again, it has some privacy considerations. You know, you have to use it delicately. It's not something you use with a shotgun approach. You have to use a sniper's approach with GEDmatch.
I saw that how it has a kind of a little message on there. Don't do like mass emails, or don't do a whole bunch of emails trying to connect with people, and you know, make sure that you know exactly what you're looking for and things like that. So I did see that. Yeah.
The program is famous for identifying the Golden State Killer.
Mm-hmm.
They use that as one of their advertisements. One of the relatives of the Golden State Killers was in GEDmatch, and they matched that distant cousin, and they used his DNA to track to identify the Golden State Killer.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Miranda, would you be willing for us to just do it live, and I just go on your account? We'll go on your account. We'll just share it, and I tell you everything. We can. Be willing to do that?
Sure, I don't mind. We maybe during one of our other meetings.
I can just do that way.
Okay.
Say, Madam President, if we have, no, that's okay. I was going to give a quick demo on that, but we'll do it the next time.
Okay, yeah, because I actually have to get ready to go to an appointment, but yeah, I don't mind at all.
Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you.
That way I can take notes.
Yeah.
Okay, Madam
Anybody
President.
else?
Oh, yeah. When it's time, could I ask for closing comments? When you say it's time.
I was going to ask if anybody else have anything else that they want to share, or. Okay, well, I'm going to be sending an email out about our the upcoming presentations and everything, and hopefully you guys will get back to me. So Jerry, whatever you want to share or talk about, you can do it now.
Okay, as we close, typically we go through closing comments, and we'll start with Miranda, Captain, Hines, Cecile, and Joe. So brief closing comments about the meetings and what it meant to participate. Miranda, could you please give us a closing comments?
Sure. Just want to say thank you. It's good to be back. I know I missed the last meeting, but I really enjoyed today's meeting and all the presenters and the information, and I'm looking forward to the next meeting.
Thank you. Glennie?
I enjoyed the meeting, and I wish that we could get back to having a Monday night meeting. No, will we have that?
Those are training sessions.
I know, but will we have any more?
It depends if the people would like to have them. I could have them like bi-monthly, twice a month.
Okay.
If they're interested in having some training.
Okay.
And thank you. And I wanted to say, Glennie, on that, from when we started, we had members who was not familiar with this platform, and now they're hosting meetings, and there's members who are also doing family reunions.
Yeah.
From where we
That's
started.
New. Yeah.
Cecile?
I really enjoyed the topic today about women. And Yvette, I thank you for your presentation. It was very nice. And for all the speakers, anybody that spoke, it's very interesting to hear about other people's ancestors and relatives. You know, I just love this genealogy anyway. I just wish I could get further into it than I have. But I enjoyed today. Very informative. Thank you.
Thank you. Joe?
I enjoyed everything, all the presentations. And I just get this sense of feeling that once we all, fulfill our goal, find out all what we researched, we all gonna find out we all came from the same tree. And then we're gonna see the fruits of our labors, and we realize that this area is related to this person or this person. And then we're gonna find out that we all are cousins. You know. And I just had that sense because when I hear the different names and when I do research, other than it start triggering like that name sounds familiar. And so I'm just going to wait until I get the proof because you know I don't want to jump the gun and be wrong, but I want to be right when I say, hey, we are cousins, and there's nothing you can say because I got the proof.
Ooh, Joe. Yvette, Denise, Marva, and Johnny.
Oh, wow. I wasn't even ready to speak, but it was just really nice being here this morning and this afternoon and listening to all the stories about the women in your lives and whatnot. I too had a very strong mom, and if it was not for her, I probably would not be here today. That's all I need to say about that. But I was adopted, and I'm just grateful for the love that she bestowed on me and how she raised me. So that's all.
Thank you. Denise?
I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. I sit at home day and night, and sitting at home, so it's really nice to be able to talk to other people, hear other people's stories, and remember, what happened with other people and what we've been through. And so it's just nice to hear some positive things. It was just a positive thing that people had, their families and the women in their life made such a difference to them. So it's like good to feel that because it's been so negative all, for the last year. So it was just wonderful to hear this positiveness and, feel that energy of positivity. So Yvette, thank you for doing that. And thank you for the way you handled it. It was just marvelous.
Johnny, it's good to be back. Good to see everybody's faces, and can't wait to get started again.
Marva, you're muted.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Marvin. I just want to say thank you to the host and to the presenters today, and really enjoyed the meeting. Thank you so much.
I say, Johnny?
Yes.
I just wanted to just ask you a question. Overall, from when you last were part of the, participated to now, what have you seen, the growth? What does it mean to you to participate now, Johnny?
Well, since the COVID, it means that we don't get to see our friends, that much. So right now, I get to see everybody. Picture entertainment means a lot.
Well, it seems like from what I've gathered here, you've built a bond with these members, haven't you?
Yes, I've been around a long time.
Well, that's a
Johnny
blessing.
used to be our vice president. Johnny was our vice president at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I was a computer guy, helping out with the computer problems, stuff like that.
And he fixes cars. Hey, do I owe you some money?
Oh, so we got a technology guy.
Yeah, I'm an automotive engineer.
And the technology, we hear some technology experience there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, Esther, and then Carla.
Okay, I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. I enjoyed all the comments. The presentation was beautiful. So I'm very pleased.
Thank you. Carla?
Yeah, I very much enjoyed the meeting. I was especially the presentation by Yvette. I was very much touched by that. And I think was it Maya Angelou? I'm not sure, who also provided the background that was a perfect touch for that particular presentation.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it very much.
And my comments is really a blessing to see us come together. We are family. We have sometimes we have some communicational challenges, but we still accept each other. And I'm man enough to apologize when I do something that offend somebody, and your family to me. And again, I apologize again, and I just want to move forward. And we had an awesome meeting, and this is a harvest. It's really a blessing to be and see everybody's face. Madam President.
Oh, anything to do with genealogy, I'm always enjoy it. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Yvette, for putting that together, and I enjoyed it. Thank everybody for coming.
Okay.
And we'll see you next month with another fantastic presentation.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Johnny.
Yes.
I'm going to call you in the next day or so because I want to talk to you about doing something, a technical presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Johnny. It's nice seeing you. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, me too.
It's Women's History Month. That's great, great stories. It's good to see new people, and the group is getting stronger. And I really appreciate hosting the meetings, and I just pray that everybody learns from the experience, and that we grow as a group. It's all good. It's all God. Peace.